Okay. Did you do anything to follow up with that at all?
I mean, it's not really my responsibility when someone doesn't do their job.
Yeah, this is not going to end well for her.
Well, it's your responsibility to pay your child support payments, and if you don't
But
pay
that
those
has
payments,
nothing to do with the disability paperwork.
okay, I'm not going to argue with you. We went
I'm
through
not
this.
arguing.
There we go. You've seen that combative nature because they think that is gonna happen to me. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back to the channel. We are back on Family Court, and this woman that we are about to talk about from the channel of Chisha Z is a woman who decided that she didn't want her kids, so she handed them over, signed off her rights to the husband, but thought she'd also get away with not paying child support. This is, of course, a scourge that has destroyed many a man, even going as far as going to jail. So let's see whether this holds constant with her. Please subscribe to the channel and leave a like for the algorithm. Thank you.
She thought she could just sign away her kids to avoid paying child support, but instead the judge sent her to jail. Sound familiar? Oh yeah.
All right, so there's actually these days more and more women are becoming more and more accountable, or at least they're being held accountable in family courts. So that is something that's turning. I've seen some few other laws that have made divorce rates fall. I'm going to have a video about that. I think later today or tomorrow. So a few things are changing. Of course, government, the wheels do turn very, very slow. But I think with current social media and the way we exchange information, things are going on faster.
Yeah, this is stuff men go through all the time. Yes, jail time for failure to pay child support.
You've spent years in jail for unpaid child support, and your life has been turned upside down. You claim you could be locked up again if today's results prove you are indeed Miss Lapine's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
You actually have a court date tomorrow concerning the child support for this young woman as it pertains to the paternity of Miss Brandy Lapine. You are not her father.
And this mom hasn't paid in months.
Yes, that clip was a man who had been in jail, and of course, then they did the paternity test. They found he was not the father, but there was no repercussions for the woman. I do think that you should receive at least an equivalent amount of jail time, or the money that you've paid should be paid back to you with interest.
Owed almost $9,000 in child support and showed up in court to let the judge know that she wants to terminate her rights so that she wouldn't be responsible for her kids any longer. That she, of course, decided to lay down with somebody else and create. She claims she's broke, homeless, and that it's all not her fault because she never got her disability paperwork. But the court wasn't buying it. In fact, the judge reminded her that until adoption is finalized, you are still the parent and you still owe. But when she kept interrupting and making excuses, this is what happened next. Shout out to Court Nerds, your court watch source. Let's get it.
All right. Ms. Brink, are you able to hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I've also found that in these proceedings, even where men are punished very severely when they do the same things, you find women over talking. They behave the same way they behave in all other circles. Why? Is because they've been given a free ride for a very, very long time. Consequences are important in keeping habits in check.
Okay, we're on the record in Brink versus Hildebrandt, case number 11-14050. The record should reflect Ms. Brink is present today by Zoom video. Ms. Krause, can you tell me the status of this file today?
This hearing was adjourned from August 5th to allow the plaintiff to obtain friend of the court forms regarding disability and complete and submit them back before today's hearing. No information has been received regarding her inability to work. The only contact the office has had with the plaintiff is on August 12th when she dropped off a letter requesting to sign off her rights to the child and support to stop. Friend of the court staff did indicate she may need to reach out to probate court to move forward regarding that information. And outside of that, the plaintiff has a support obligation of $197 and a balance of $8,709.16. The last payment was received in February in the amount of $206.47 from a prior income withholding.
Okay, Ms. Brink, why did you not submit those forms as you were ordered to at the last hearing?
I never received them.
Okay. Did
They
you
were
go in
supposed to have been mailed to me.
Did you go in to get the forms?
They were supposed to have been mailed to me. That's why I provided my address at the last court hearing.
Okay. Did you do anything to follow up with that at all?
I mean, it's not really my responsibility when someone doesn't do their job.
Yeah, this is not going to end well for her.
Well, it's your responsibility to pay your child support payments, and if you don't
But
pay
that
those
has nothing to do with the disability paperwork.
okay, I'm not going to argue with you. We went
I'm
through
not
this.
arguing.
There we go. You've seen that combative nature because they think that is gonna happen to me. I'm just me, like I'm me. Nothing's gonna happen. Yes, this is why they behave like this, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, if the few ladies that are around, isn't this why you behave like nothing can happen to you? Because really, for a very long time, nothing did happen to you.
Yeah, you are, and we went through this at the last hearing. We confirmed your address. We told
Right,
you
so that they could be mailed to me, which they were not.
they were mailed
And I
to
would
you.
like to sign off my rights to my children. And Devin said that he would not fight it. Bill did not fight it. He came and he signed. And when it came time for Devin to sign, he didn't show up. And I have a text message saying that he doesn't want, or that he wouldn't fight me on signing off my rights to Lila or John. So I'm not sure why he didn't sign the paperwork.
So you still are the parent, and you still owe the child support.
But I'm requesting the court to terminate my rights to my children. She has a stepmom that can adopt her. I don't want anything to do with her anymore.
Well, there's a process for that, and that process hasn't occurred yet, which means
Please, I apologize for there's a lot of background noise today. There's construction going on, so apologies for that. But I hope I'm clear enough, or at least you can hear everything clearly.
Okay, well, I've asked for that process to be started a year ago. This is the second time I'm bringing it up.
okay. Well, you have to do more than just ask. It's up to you to
Well, that's
follow.
why I had the document written up and by an attorney, and so that Devin would sign the paperwork, and he said he wouldn't fight me, and then he didn't show up to sign it. So I don't understand what the big problem is.
I'm looking at this, and I want to go off on how she's behaving, her stare, that stare that lets you know that she's not all the way there. I'm not trying to, I'm trying to be as kind as possible. I really am. My question is, what's up with these men out here? Because we have to talk about that, bro. That just stick their joystick into anything they see.
That is, you've heard me, if you've been here before, you've heard me complain about this. It is as if men do not have the self-preservation skills of the people in the past. Anything, literally anything. And sometimes it's not even someone who's good looking, so you can say, oh, at least she was good looking. It's just some blob there. What level of desperation is this? And why do you need so much to be with such people?
And create children. Just how? How? What are you thinking?
Okay, so how are we going to deal with you paying your child support till that happens then?
I don't know. I have a paycheck coming from Boyne River, and you can have that. But other than that, I have $34 to my name. My house is for sale, and I'm living in my car.
When are you getting that paycheck?
I don't know. It should be garnished. I probably won't even get a paycheck.
Who wants to guess that there's no paycheck coming from anywhere?
It should be garnished by child support.
Do we have an income withholding, Ms. Krause, for any employers with Ms. Brink?
There is a potential income withholding, but it wasn't reported. So outside of her indicating where she's employed today, that process could take 6 to 8 weeks. So I can't guarantee that monies would be withheld from that paycheck.
Yeah, it should be. I've never had a problem with it not being withheld in the past.
She's like, all my garnishments are on schedule. Yeah, this woman shouldn't be responsible for any children. It's sad, though, that a woman has to be in this state for the courts to realize that. I don't know, maybe if there was a different judge, they'll be like, she's still the mother. She's still the mother.
You will be shocked at just how many bad mothers get rights to the children over very decent and often very good fathers. You'll be shocked. But when you watch these divorce court kind of situations, you get the scales peeled from your eyes. You see things for what they are. That's why personally I'm like, no, I'm not getting into this. I will have arrangements with various women or women to have children, but that's it. I am not tying myself down to unpredictable beings that can destroy everything you have over just some adrenaline or whatever other thing that she feels she needs to go find herself for.
Man.
Okay, well, we don't have the information from your employer, right, Ms. Krause? Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
She's
you
not.
do. Oh,
Correct.
they reported it.
Hold on, Ms. Brink. Ms. Krause?
An income withholding was sent, but until monies are withheld, we wouldn't be able to indicate if that amount would be withheld. But the employer was not reported. It's pending, so I can't guarantee that the employer received anything.
They did.
Okay.
They told me.
Well, we haven't received any money from them, so apparently they haven't.
I haven't gotten the check yet. I haven't even been. I get paid every 2 weeks, and I've already lost the job. They already fired me.
I told you there's no check. She's just running, or she's just saying whatever she needs to say for whatever reason. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't even have to be good enough to pass. she'll cross that bridge when she gets there.
Damn. That's crazy.
So you're not employed. You're not employed is what you're saying.
Not currently, no. I lost the job. I got fired. The bartender didn't like me.
Okay.
Yeah, you see that it's never her fault. It's the world against her. She's a victim of the world at her job. It's the bartender over here. It's the children's fault, so they should be removed from her care, or probably they should because she's deranged. Probably also blames the father of the children. Of course she does.
Okay. What about the disability? Where are you at with that?
I filled out all the forms that they requested from me and mailed them back in the timeline that they gave me.
And they found out that you are really just a deranged person who's not really, you're trying to scam the system.
But I'm living in my car, so I don't have access to my mailbox anymore. So I have to contact disability today after I get off the phone or after I get out of court and report my address to be at my parents' house. Now, there's no guarantee that I'm going to get my mail.
Remember when you never used to do anything, or when you don't do something, you're always talking about like you're just about to start doing it because responsibility has arrived, accountability has arrived. Oh my goodness.
Oh, my parents don't like me. So there's no guarantee that they're going to...
You heard that. The parents also don't like her. Well, you wouldn't guess why. But anyway, it's never her fault. Don't forget that.
Tell me that the disability paperwork comes. I'm going to have to... I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't have gas to get to their house. And they have me blocked on the telephone.
Your Honor.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Ms. Krause.
In regards to her being homeless, she may be able to reach out to the local post office. They may have something for her in regards to obtaining a P.O. box, but she would need to check further into that.
Well, I don't have money to pay for a P.O. box.
They may have some options for you regarding if you're homeless right now.
She has an excuse for everything.
I don't know the details in regards to that, but it is some information that friend of the court has received in regarding post offices when people are homeless.
Okay, I'll look into that.
All right. Well, here's Ms. Krause. Has there been how many findings of contempt has there been in this case on Ms. Brink?
This would be a first finding.
Okay. All right. So Ms. Brink,
I'm not in contempt, Your Honor. I have no
Oh.
problem paying it. It's just I can't get a job because I have felonies.
But you could shut up so that you can speak and stop over talking people because you know you're wrong.
Oh.
No one wants to hire me.
And felonies on top of this. You know, the reason why it's so good that a video like this has 500,000 views, almost 500,000 views, is you've seen plenty of videos. I'm sure you have. At least I've produced them here on my platform of men who share stories of other men, right? Goes through a divorce, not able to keep up with child support because they don't reduce the amount that he has to pay monthly, even though he lost his job. He doesn't know what to do. And so because he can't keep up with the payments, what do? Well, they then get rid of his driver's license. Now he can't drive. And if he drove for a living, now he's really in a bad place. Man doesn't know what to do. He's losing his mind, depressed. He just decides to end it. And I am talking about self-deletion here, right? And those stories don't garner much sympathy because even though you can look at that situation and say, wait, how can you work? How can you support yourself if they got rid of your driver's license and, you know, you're in a bad position and it's hard to come back from? Sure, no.
This is the thing. A lot of these things have to start happening to women also at as high rates as men for it to change because women are not incentivized to go and try and have these things changed or at least join men in fighting to make sure things are fair. 100% if the fathers were given 50-50%, and that's the new law that has come up in one of the states, which has reduced divorces by over 20%. So if you had 50-50%, it's also automatic that your costs will be reduced. But these women do not want to do that because they want the paycheck, because the paychecks, the child support exceeds the needs of the child more often than not. So it is women's supplementary income. I mean, everybody knows that. And of course, the judiciary receives money. The family courts receive money for every payment made. So you have that extra incentive for these judges to go ballistic.
Excuse for anybody who's on it, technically speaking, is what they'll say. But nobody cares as much as they would if a woman was in that position. And when it comes to certain laws, I am of the strong belief that until we see more women in situations where people are wondering, well, surely there's something that can be done here, no laws will change for anybody. And this right here is crazy, right? Like, don't try this at home, interrupting the judge, arguing with him back and forth, right? This type of patience won't be afforded to you typically as a man.
I've already put out more applications. I'm not in contempt, though. I have no problem paying. It's just that I can't get a job. No one wants to.
So you have no problem. You have problems paying because you have no job. You know, people just like saying ridiculous things like that. I have no problems paying. Yes, you do. You don't have the money or a job.
You are in contempt, first of all. I find specifically that you are in contempt because you aren't doing any of the things that I ordered you to do the last time. And you can't just
Your
say,
Honor,
well,
like what?
Like fill out the forms for your disability.
They weren't mailed to me. How can I fill out forms that weren't mailed to me?
She sounds like a child. Yes, this is the people you're having children with. Overgrown children. They are not mature enough to take responsibility for anything. So you shouldn't be having children with them, gentlemen.
I'm not going to
I
argue
called
about...
and asked.
Okay,
I called and asked.
Now I'm finding you in contempt for continuing to interrupt me during this court hearing and inhibiting the court's ability to conduct this hearing. You're continuing to talk over me. I'm trying to explain to you.
I asked you a question.
You just told me that you're not getting mail at your parents and there's no guarantee that you're going to get your mail. So how do you know that you didn't get this? We sent it to the address that you gave us.
Right.
And I was living there up until Friday.
So it is everybody's. You didn't bother to go get the papers?
Not my problem that you aren't getting your mail. All we can do is send.
I am getting my mail.
Obviously, you're not.
Making sense, Your Honor.
All we can do is send it to you at the address.
Did she just say you're not making sense?
Address that you give us.
And you didn't.
Oh boy.
It's up to you. So you haven't followed through with what you were required to do.
Yes, I did. I called the child support office and asked about it, and they said it was too soon for me to be calling.
And you now, so that I can say what I need to say for the record here, because you're continuing to talk over me. And I'm not able to conduct this hearing. So the court adjourned the previous hearing in August to give you an opportunity to submit the forms that were required to be submitted. That's your responsibility to make sure that that's done. We had this colloquy the last time about your address. You gave us an address. That's the address we've been using. You haven't received the mail. That's between you and the post office and you and whatever's going on with the address that you gave us. All we can do is send out forms. If you didn't get them in the mail, then it was your responsibility to contact the friend of the court, go to the friend of the court, make arrangements to get those forms and fill them out. But that's squarely your responsibility. It's your responsibility to pay child support for your child. That's still your child. Your parental rights haven't been terminated. As far as I can tell, you haven't done anything other than say you want that to happen to make that happen. So you haven't paid child support. You haven't complied with any efforts of the friend of the court to give you options outside of paying child support. So the court finds that you are in contempt because this would be a first finding of contempt. The court finds that you should be sentenced to 45 days in the Otsego County Jail.
Ooh.
The court is going to order that you turn yourself in to the Otsego County Jail by 5 p.m. today. That's September 3rd, 2024, to begin serving the 45-day sentence. If you fail to turn yourself in to the Otsego County Jail by 5 p.m. today, then the court will issue a bench warrant for your arrest. Ms. Krause, if you can prepare an order to reflect the will of the court on that today.
Yes.
All right. That's all for this hearing today. The court's going to disconnect from this brink at this time.
All right, there we go.
Now, gentlemen, do you need any more incentive to choose the right person to have children? And I'm talking also to the ladies, because you keep on choosing these pookies to have children with, and you get surprised when they don't come through with responsibility. So this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. We have to have children. The best institution to raise those children is marriages. But the environment for those marriages to thrive and the personnel to make those things work, it just doesn't exist. So act accordingly. I don't know what types of decisions you'd make, but information is power. If you know all this information and you still don't do anything about it, then we can't really help you. So I don't know what you think about the video, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave a comment down below. And of course, like the video and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, peace.